In 2023, a crack commando unit of retro podcasters joined forces on a panel at LA Comic-Con, but were sent to Comic-Con jail for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped. Today, still wanted by 80s nerds, they are very easy to find. If you have an 80s nostalgia problem, if no one else can help, maybe you can hire the Night Boys.
If you want to hear music from a box like this, here's a high band blaster that you wear on your wrist. High band blasters. And would you look at this watch? Who would ever know? It can change into a robot radio. Robot radio.
Planoform non-radio watch is also available. Inviceptor Jet, Excalibur Gun, Scorpia, Autochron, Autoceptor, Keltor, and the Robot Time Machine. Each sold separately.
Zach, what's on your shirt?
It's Jean-Claude Van Damme dancing.
Oh my God.
It brings me joy. This is we need to fill our lives with so much positivity right now, more so than ever. And I think the five of us combined, our superpowers combined, will send a lightning bolt of positivity across the world and make people just feel good for a little while, because we all need that. And 80s Kids Unite is back. Guess what, Corey and Diallo? It's season 3 of 80s Kids Unite. This is our 26th episode we've done of 80s Kids Unite. This is amazing.
Insane.
And along the way, we started with the Night Boys, Corey, Diallo, Dustin, Paul London, and myself. And then we morphed into Night People because Grace joined us and Ducky joined us. I think the inaugural time you guys joined us was when I got turned into Bodhi on our Christmas episode. And then I murdered Dustin for like a half a minute, and then he came back a la Silent Night, Deadly Night. So
Oh God. That was my first episode with y'all. I'm like, what did I get myself into? What is happening? What is happening? These people are my kind of weird.
Right. Well, and Ducky got along with us so well that she joined us for LA Comic-Con in 2025 with Grace, Corey, Diallo, and I, and John Toma, that 80s dude, and Max from Ready to Retro. And we rocked the house in Los Angeles. And here we are in 2026. We're going to do it hopefully again later this year. Maybe we'll come to San Diego Comic-Con this year. That's a very good possibility. Ducky, you're going to go there, right?
I am. I always go. It'll be my 12 consecutive year. Well, like minus the Comic-Con at home. So yeah, I've been going for a long time.
Did they do Comic-Con at home during COVID?
Yeah. I think if you had a badge, you got in for free. So that was pretty cool.
Did you get to meet people? Like, was it like a Zoom meeting?
So yeah, it was kind of like Zoom. They kind of scheduled panels to drop on YouTube, I think it was. Yeah, I listened in on the Bill and Ted 3 one when they were just announcing it. That was pretty cool. Yeah. It's like, oh my God. It's like, because you didn't have to fight the Ballroom 20 in Hall H or anything. You got to go to those big ones without having to people.
But I heard they actually sprayed in the Comic-Con scent for people that missed it. Yeah.
Scratch and sniff card. That would be funny.
That would be really funny. So Corey and I just came off the heels of Pasadena Comic-Con in January, and it was so cold there, guys. It was colder. It was probably as cold as it is on the East Coast right now.
How cold was it?
Very. And I'm wondering if that was to kind of keep the smell down. What do you think, Corey? Was that
I think so. I think so. Yeah, that panel was freezing. I've never been that cold on a panel. Maybe we're just sitting like right under the AC unit or something. But yeah, it was pretty wild.
I think so. I look like Judd Nelson from Breakfast Club. I had my fingerless gloves on and my jean jacket. I just should have pumped my fist in the air. Anyways, it's 80s Kids Unite. so excited. Corey Diallo, Grace, Ducky, we're all here. We're going to be talking about 80s kids accessories, all the things that we wore, that an accessory, so I put it out to the group. I said, what are some of your favorite things? And next thing you know, what I was getting back from everybody was like an unlock of core memories from my childhood. I asked my wife, Kristen, I said, what are some accessories that you rocked back in the day? And she's like, I don't know, scrunchies, for example, leg warmers, I think, are still a thing. A lot of the accessories are still a thing. Scrunchies, leg warmers, bracelets, whatever. But the accessories that we discussed amongst ourselves, they're really specific and like really unique from the time, the era. I'm just going to jump right into it. I want to start with you, Ducky. What is one thing, and we might have a chance to do two, but what is one thing that you loved to rock back in the day?
Oh, like I said in our conversation, do I have to pick just one? Because
No,
I
you don't.
mean, it's like a whole ensemble thing that I had going on. So, like my current personality is Ducky. I love his style, and I kind of just make it my own thing. Not too wild, minus the hair, because I don't want to scare the straights. But a lot of a
Scare
lot. Oh,
'em.
thank you for doing that. Yeah. Oh, when I walk out in Los Angeles, nobody bats an eye, so that's great. But anyway, so I feel like the bookends of my life kind of reflected each other almost, even though back in the day I wasn't old enough to know who Ducky was. But I was obsessed with Punky Brewster.
Hi. Any of you guys out there want to draw a picture of me or Henry or Brandon or Cherry or Mrs. Johnson? Just send it to Punky Brewster, Post Office Box 10369, Burbank, California 915010369. I'll put one picture on the show every week. See you next Sunday.
And I would watch, oh yeah, I was having a conversation about that refrigerator episode with my sister the other day.
That one, yeah.
It's still like too soon to even think about it. Anyway, so she was kind of like my personal style inspiration. And so, but I would also watch reruns of Mork and Mindy with my dad, and I was then also obsessed with Mork from Mork, and especially his rainbow suspenders. And one day I got them. It must have been a birthday or whatever it was, but I wore those things out. So the Mork and Mindy suspenders were the ones that one accessory from the 80s that I was obsessed with. And I wore them until I grew out of them, and that was a sad day. And also like, being made fun of because, this little tomboy wearing these interesting suspenders doesn't always fly with kids. But, and then on top of that, I would wear my Debbie Gibson hat. And from like Electric Youth, that one. And so it's just like I was kind of sort of dressed like unto Ducky back in the day, even before I knew who it was. But my main inspiration was Punky Brewster because she was just so interesting looking with her pigtails and her pins and her vibrant colored outfits and mismatched socks, which I also did. And the pink chucks is what I had. I had pink high tops.
Nice.
And so just imagine all of that, at recess.
Were the Mork and Mindy suspenders, were they branded Mork and Mindy?
No, they were just plain. They didn't come with the pins or anything, which I did try to find some of those pins, but never could really. But I do believe they did sell a branded version of it with the logo and Mork from Mork and everything on there. And but yeah, it's kind of just like it didn't have to be branded, but I always just called them the Mork suspenders. But yeah, so that's kind of those are my top three, I guess. Mismatched socks, rainbow suspenders, and a Debbie Gibson hat, which then became the Blossom hat when the 90s happened.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. My God. You know, those Mork and Mindy ones, I actually had the branded ones,
Oh,
because they came with the buttons, like the pre-printed buttons. One was
Yeah.
I'll put the image on the screen for everyone to see, but for those listening, yeah, it was like the pointing finger
mhm.
and then the sun or the moon with the stars.
Yeah.
And it was, the picture you're painting is such a positive one of like true expression and what it means to be a kid in the 80s. Like, you just didn't care. You just
Right.
you did what felt good, and we all need to have that place in our hearts somewhere. You just got to do what feels good to you, and you're not hurting anybody. But Punky Brewster was like a perfect example of just like a free spirit. Her backstory is a little dark, but that's a whole other story. But that being said, like, Mork was from the 70s, right? But we've talked about this before on previous shows. 70s trickled into 80s, right? And something about those rainbow suspenders, down to Robin Williams wearing that colorful kind of rainbow shirt, really just brings it all together. And I see a young Ducky walking the streets as a kid wearing all this stuff. And I'm going, that's the kid you want to be friends with. That's the kid that wants to go play, go watch cartoons after school and then go play with color forms or something and just rock out. So, oh my gosh. Grace, did you have any of those accessories back in the day?
I did not have rainbow suspenders. I had like a rainbow belt and it had like a magnetic like clasp.
Yes.
This was like, oh God, this was like early 80s. This was a while ago. But yeah, rainbows were huge in the early to mid 80s, right? It was like rainbow accessory everything.
Right.
Stickers and shirts and yeah, suspenders and all that. I didn't have the suspenders. I wasn't as cool as Ducky, unfortunately. I had the Debbie Gibson hat. I think most girls did back in the day. But yeah, my favorite, and I didn't want to trigger Ducky because this was Ducky's thing. This was, do you want to tell what you didn't have first, and then I'll
Oh yeah, I thought I'd carry over that trauma from the last time we were together.
Wow.
I mean, like, it's fun. Come on, we're all friends here.
Yeah, this is how you connect. You share your trauma.
Yeah. Once you get over, Zach killing, Dustin and changing it to his son and everything. Anyway,
Right.
so
That's a game changer.
yeah, I mean, totally. It's like, oh my God, these are my type of people. I love it. So I said the things that I had when I was a kid. But the thing that was pretty much everywhere, that you were not cool unless you had this. And it was the bell charms. Like, you'd have like people draped in it and trading the little bell charms too. Like, everybody wanted that damn bottle, that baby bottle, like, or the one with the frying pan with the egg, I think was another one that was like super choice. And my rich cousins had those. And so every time we would go over to their house, I would be just like staring and salivating. If I stole one of those charms, you think my cousin would notice? No, that's not. I think we actually did, because my sister stole the baby bottle one. So, but oh, we're recording. Can you edit that out?
Do you really want me to? I will if you
No.
want me. Okay, good.
No.
Because I wasn't going to. Wait, but Grace and Ducky, just to paint this picture for everybody, Grace, can you describe what this necklace looks like with these charms?
You mean this necklace right here?
Oh, I mean, sorry, the one Grace is wearing that now Ducky is like slamming her screen.
So sorry to trigger you. So this isn't my childhood one, unfortunately. I had to buy this one kind of recently, but I mean,
They're huge.
I had so many of these as a kid too.
They're really big.
They are really big. But like, yeah, I know Ducky's just like,
I'm dissociating right now.
But But like, yeah, and it was just so great because they were just so little and dinky and cute, and you can just buy like little ones and just trade with your friends, and just pile it up, And I had so many as a kid, and I remember specifically, I put them in a little white box, and God knows where that box is now, probably
Uh-huh.
rotting away somewhere in the dumpster. But yeah, so I rebought these a couple years ago, and they are very super nostalgic.
So would you like swap them out? Like, would you like swap them out for like specific occasions? You'd be like, oh, today is my day to have the bottle, or like you'd actually.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's like a heart, and there's like, I think this is like a tub of toothpaste or
Yeah.
something. I
Uh-huh.
don't
Wow.
fucking know.
Wild.
And like a bunny rabbit. I don't think I have feet. I don't think I have the pan, but I do have a little
The
skateboard.
skateboard.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That is a Dogtown skateboard if I've ever seen one. That's
Yeah.
a goof.
Yeah.
Some of the charms varied from like boom boxes to a ship steering wheel, right? Whatever you call that. Record. Like, do you have any? I mean, the skateboard's pretty rad, but do you have the musical note or the boom box?
I don't. I think I had the musical note as a kid. But I'm gonna go look online after this and see if I can
I feel like the
find.
kids these days, it's all about Crocs with the little accessories on
Well,
the
if
Crocs.
Bodie had it, it would be a 6 and a 7 on there.
It would, and like and just Sigma. It would just say
Yeah.
Sigma.
Or
Sigma
Chad.
boy, BOI.
It'd be a chin, Chad chin.
Yeah, Bodie's new thing is like, what is it? Chin Man. That's his new little thing. He's like a. Anyways, I don't know where he gets that from. Wow, those are amazing, and I'm sure like you could hear the person coming down the street because they all have little bells on them, right? Great.
Yeah.
It's not picking up on the Zoom. Will like Zoom says no.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you would. Diallo, did you have any of these charm things back in the day, or your sister?
Don't recall it at all. I
I,
don't.
I'm like Diallo. Like I'm listening to this and I'm like, I have no recollection of that whatsoever. But I mean, I was a kid and I wasn't like into girls at the time, so it's like it was all about robots and He-Man and
Yeah.
anything that shot lasers or bullets or something. But it's interesting also knowing on our group thread before this and seeing what everyone's accessories are. I didn't know most of the girl stuff back in the day.
Well, Grace took a
And the
I
boy
took
stuff is all robots.
robots. Yeah, no, we're getting there. So Grace sent a picture of her charm necklace that I'll put up on the screen for everyone to see. There's a little guy like dancing. What is this? Like a little leprechaun or something on your necklace? Is that what it is? He's like a little man. I don't know.
The little man. Oh, here he is.
It's a man.
That's Chester. Wait, who is that? Like, what is that? What's that all about?
I have
Looks
no
like a
idea.
Keebler elf.
He kind
It
of
does.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure who he is.
He's like a Andy Camp. Remember Andy Camp?
Yeah. The comic
chips or
strip.
whatever. Yeah, the comic strips, and then they
Yeah.
Yeah,
He got
those are-
hot fried.
hot fries. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Wow, those are amazing. And I think Ducky's like, well, next time I'm in LA, if one of those ends up missing,
I
We'll
will
get
know
him.
who it is. We'll know who it is.
blame
I
Zach.
want the bike. I want the bike. That's the one I wanted. I wanted the bike.
Okay, you heard that, everybody. If y'all want to send me fan stuff, you can send it to me, and I'll make sure that our '80s kids get it. That way,
Yes,
you know.
and the pink car. And the pink car.
You want the pink card too.
Now
Did you
you're
hear that,
putting it on a
everybody?
wish list now.
80s kids wish list. If you go to eBay, it's on eBay for $500. Wow, that is amazing. Grace, I'm going to circle back to you about a particular tote bag that you talked about as well, because I think that's very relatable to. I wanted it as too. Apparently, this word in French means cool. I'm kidding. That's a 8-bit Christmas reference. Let's bounce over to Diallo. Diallo, you unlocked a major memory when you revealed this item. Can you please tell us what your accessory of the 80s is?
So I had a Qbert wristwatch that you could actually play the game. Like it was I haven't thought about this since like I guess the last time I wore it. Completely forgot I had it. I was gonna go. I used to have this Alvin and the Chipmunks Velcro wallet. And I was going to say that first, but then I was like, wait a minute. I had that Qbert wristwatch, and it came in so handy because I was forced to go to church every Sunday, and I struggle with my attention. Like I know that about me now, but when I was younger, I was like, I thought there was something wrong with me. Like, why aren't you, paying attention? And I was like, I was always drawing and doing other stuff because, I had to sit there forever. But I remember when I got that watch for Christmas, I would just play that thing like in, in church all the time. I think you turn the sound off.
Yeah.
And it also kind of unlocked this memory too, because I forgot I was like obsessed with Qbert for a minute when I was a
love
kid.
Qbert too. But
Yeah,
it was
like I
awesome. That
played
game was
that. It
awesome.
had that. I had I played the video game. I had it on my Commodore 64. There was a cartoon. I don't know. It was like they had Starcade and some other
Yes,
cartoons. It
on
might have been on the
CBS.
same one with the Dragon's Lair. I think it might have been on that same block. I can't remember. Donkey Kong. But anyways, yeah, I was obsessed with Qbert for like a second, and I totally forgot about that. Like completely forgot about my Qbert obsession.
I'm Qbert, and I've got all the right moves. I've got the legs, too. First an arcade game, now my own home video game. I'm ready for anything. Staying away from creeps like Ugg and Coily takes a quick mind and lots of fancy footwork. The longer I hop around, the more they're out to get me. Ugh! When they said fame would go to my head, they weren't kidding.
Now for all popular systems.
Not easy being Qbert, but it's fun.
But yeah, and it's also cool because I was thinking about that watch and I was like, gosh, like this is the same experience I kind of have now when I'm on my phone playing. I've gotten into playing Disney Solitaire on my phone lately. So anyway, yeah, it's really cool. I have no idea like where it went or like when was the last time I had it, but that was a really cool thing. Now I'm gonna like try to track one down and I haven't looked at how much it costs, but maybe get really rich first, and then grab one. So
Step 1, get rich. Step 2, get a Qbert watch.
Yeah.
Or if someone wants to send us one, and I will make sure Diallo gets
yeah,
it.
we're making lists.
I want everyone to send it to me first so I can play with it, and then I'll give it to them.
Of course.
Or an Alvin and the Chipmunk Velcro wallet with cash in it.
But that would be, the cash you could use to buy the watch. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
And this is also, too, during a time that, like, this is very, again, the image is on the screen, but for everyone listening, the watch face is very colorful with all the characters on it, but it's very, it's like that Tiger Electronics where it's like pre-printed images.
Yeah, it's like LCD, very, yeah. Like the squares were just kind of like the edges were black and the Qbert just kind of moved around. But that's part of why like I was amazed by it because I had some, I had other games like that, but they were like a little bit bigger. But I don't know, like in a way they were just as valid, or even I have this whole theory about games now that I love playing video games now, but I don't know that they're designed as well as like some of the rudimentary older games because
there's something to be said about designing within limitations.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
It makes things better.
They had to capture your attention with less, so they were actually designed better. Not that, graphics and everything else are way better, but it's like you had to actually think about the experience a little bit more. So even playing on I would play that. I remember just playing that thing all the time. I wasn't allowed to take it to school. I remember that.
Oh
yeah, I loved those old Zach. You just mentioned the Tiger handheld ones. I think I had like a Double Dragon one.
Yeah,
and then there's like a Batman one, and there's just something beautiful about those just black and white images. And they were just already pre-printed on the screen, and they would just appear or something. But it all worked. It still worked, and it was such a great experience.
Yeah, some of those watches were really ahead of their time because some of them came with an actual joystick that you could screw into. Like there was a Pac-Man one.
Yeah, I was just about to say the Pac-Man one had like I remember I had a friend that had it and had to you could like play it on your watch. Yeah, the little joystick on it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Ducky, did you have anything like that back in the day?
I was poor. No. Well, okay. I had, well, you know what? What my dad had when he had adult money. When he first got a job, he had those They were from the 70s. So it's like the little football,
Yes.
football thing.
I had, oh man, I love those.
And then I think a baseball one. So I
Yeah.
would play with those bloop, 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 bloop. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Like an old TV remote, it looked like. Um, yeah, those are like, oh, and my dad also had an Atari. So I had stuff like that, but
Okay.
like nothing as cool as you know, I was ugh, looking at our conversation and y'all with your fancy fun watch things. And it's like, oh, come on, man.
Well,
I actually think that they were cheap. I don't think
they
it
were.
was.
They
Yeah, I
were.
don't actually think it. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the
Right.
time,
Knowing
they were.
knowing my parents, I don't think it was.
I do believe the Pac-Man one was expensive, the one with the remote control, and growing up, I remember a lot of kids had obviously the calculator watch or they had the basic Casio. But if you had a video game watch, and they actually made a TV watch a long time ago. I remember seeing it. Like
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, I do remember
service
that,
merchandise or something like that. But,
Yeah.
but Grace, did you have anything like that? A video game watch?
Hell no. No, I'm with Ducky. Yeah, I was poor and deprived.
Poor and deprived. Welcome to the Poor and Deprived podcast. And being forced to go to church back in the day.
Oh my gosh.
But Corey, you were talking about the Tiger handheld games. Did you have any recollection of these video game watches?
Oh yeah, no, I remember them, but I didn't have one. I didn't have the Cooper one, though I do 100% remember it existing. But no, I wasn't able to acquire one of those. I was poor and deprived as well.
Well, you and just so everyone knows, before, like Diallo said, they were cheap. He wasn't like well-to-do back in the day. But
we did all right. My parents did all right. They were all right.
But I will segue from keeping it on the wrist to Corey's pick, because Corey, he might not have been able to afford a watch, but he had something that could do something on your wrist. What did you have?
Real quick, Zach, before we get into wrist racers, one of these days we're gonna have to just talk about clothing, because I want to talk about TNC Surf Design one of these days. So
for sure,
I loved that brand back in the day.
Well, we will circle back to some clothing at the end with Grace closing us out. So
boy, remember jam shorts too? Oh boy.
Oh, jam shorts. That's what my mom gave me with my Duran Duran t-shirt. Oh, don't you know?
Actually, y'all, if you want to hear that,
you're gonna be a handsome man one day.
So for those that don't know, when my parents divorced, really quick segue, when my parents divorced and I moved to California, my mom, the first time I went to go visit my dad for 2 months in the summertime, she made me a cassette tape to basically play that I would listen to go to sleep at night, her voice kind of soothing me. And there's songs on there that we were singing together. It's really cute. And at the end of the tape, she's telling me like the clothes I should wear. If I can, I'll put a little snip of her talking about my jam shorts, because I still have the tape and I actually converted it to an MP3. And the other side of the tape is me playing with my toys. And that'll coincide with the Masters of the Universe episode we'll do later down the road, because there's some really choice things in there, to quote Ducky.
Zach, this is Mom, and I'm going to talk a while about different stuff, like your clothes, and then I'm going to say goodnight. But I want you to remember, try to wear like your flower shirt. No white shirts with your white pants. It just wouldn't look right. Your Bermudas, your Duran Duran shirt also will go good with your Bermudas. You don't have to wear socks with those new loafers, but for church, you should wear socks. So make sure Dad doesn't have to tell you, so you keep your socks on when you go to church.
But yeah, jam shorts were a big part of my life. Anyways, Corey, what shot off your wrist back in the day?
Wrist racers, baby.
What's that he's got hiding up his sleeve? It's a neat wrist racer that's built for speed.
Wrist racers, you start them with a twist. You can rev them, you can race them right from your wrist.
Wrist racers, they're race sets you wear on your wrist.
Wrist racers, you start them with a twist. You can rev them, you can race them right from your wrist. Wrist racers.
Wrist racers come complete with racer, wristband, ramp, launch pad, and pop-up dome from Knickerbocker.
If y'all remember, so apparently Knickerbocker put these out.
Knickerbocker.
I never knew that was even a company, but yeah, a company called Knickerbocker put out these wrist racers back in 1979. And they had a bunch of generic ones, but they kind of got popular because they had a General Lee and a Roscoe P. Coltrane, police car. And then later on in the 80s, Ertl took the brand and they made like a Knight Rider one, which I had, and like an A-Team van and all this kind of stuff. But what it was a little wind-up car that you put on your wrist, and it's like a watch, so it'd have a band, and it had this like really cool like see-through plastic casing on it that you could lift up and then pull out like a little bit of a road, like a little runway for it to sort of shoot off of. So you wind this car up and you shoot it off your wrist. And as a kid, what really caught my eye was the proportions of the car. They were kind of squished. So they weren't like, accurate to what a car would look like. It's not like a Matchbox car. These things were kind of squished. Later on in the 80s, it's not really PC to say, but later on in the 80s, it would be a term called super deformed. Like over in Japan, they would have Gundams that were super deformed.
It's a
and
toy.
Robotech.
It's okay.
Okay. But anyway, so they had Robotech that was like super deformed and stuff where you'd have these like squished proportions, Anyways, as a kid, I thought it was so cool. And I had the General Lee and I thought it was awesome. So I guess that was from 79. I have no idea. But I also had the Knight Rider one as well. And to this day, I mean, they're gone. They've been gone for years. To this day, I always keep an eye out for them at cons. Zach, when we're walking around Pasadena Con, I was looking in all the toy vendors and stuff. I never see wrist racers anywhere. I'm assuming they're just broken. I'm assuming maybe they just weren't, put together well and they just haven't survived the test of time. But yeah, if I could, all right, wish list guys and gals, if anyone has a General Lee wrist racer,
Hey,
I'll
why
just
not?
take the car. I'll just take the car is what I loved. But I did love that plastic shell casing that it came in. It just kind of had a nice curvature to it that I enjoyed and everything.
Well, they also had like a vacuum silver kind of shell. One of them,
No, they had the generic ones that they put out that had this like vacuum silver, and I think what made the splash was having the General Lee. I think that's what took off, and that's what people usually remember. But they did have some generic ones. But after a while, Ertl just put out the iconic like A-Team van and kit and all that
that's
kind of
awesome.
stuff. Yeah,
Diallo,
cool.
did you have any of those?
I didn't have any of those. I wasn't like a big car person. I had some Hot Wheels back in the day, but I wasn't super into those. But I do remember them. Like friends have them and we'd like shoot them off. I didn't get a lot of joy out of using them a lot, I think. But is that the one where didn't the that guy that spoke really fast? Did he do those commercials?
No, that
Or
was
is that a
Micro
different?
Micro
Machines.
Oh, it's Micro
Machines.
Machines.
Yeah,
Okay.
And apparently I think the Dukes of Hazzard one, you could put like a penny.
A penny.
in the
Yeah.
back of the
I
gem.
remember
Yeah,
that
and
because
then
it would
do
like
a
because it
wheelie
would
as
like pop. Yeah. I definitely remember those.
Say
Those
that
were
again,
really
Corey.
cool.
What could you do with it if you put the penny in?
They would shoot out and they would do a wheelie.
It would do a wheelie.
Yeah.
So just enough weight to hold it up, right? So it would
Yeah,
shoot off.
yeah.
Because in the commercials, I remember they kind of featured that. They would kind of like
Yeah.
go around on the back tires or
Yeah,
something.
and the Roscoe one, the police car, were kind of like, I guess it was made to spin in circles or something like
Yeah.
that. So yeah.
My wondering, Grace, I'm assuming you didn't have these back in the day. But my wondering is if there was a gem in the holograms, like a gem car, would you have gone out and bought a wrist racer if it was a gem car?
Oh my God. That would have been a dream. I mean,
Why did
yeah,
they not
absolutely.
do that?
I don't know. I mean, I've got the Gem Roadster now, but yeah, I didn't. You guys see it's like up there.
Hey.
Oh,
Ducky's
God.
like, when do I come out to Los Angeles?
Oh man, dude, I want that.
Wiping a tear from her eye. She's checking her wrist racer right now to see when she can come out there.
We always talk about how lame it is that there is such guys, boys toys, girls toys, and like even back in the day, man, I love Centurions, and I forgot her name, but she was like the operational specialist like on the space station, and I wanted a toy of her. Like she was cool too, but they would just like never make a female character. I think they made one later in the day, but I wanted a Janine, in the Ghostbusters suit and stuff like that and everything, but like they just never made that stuff.
Well, they never made toys that reflected anything out of typical society. I will say that G.I. Joe was, toe dipped, and so did Masters of the Universe barely, but it was far and few between. I mean, I'm going to wrap up my my pick really quick, just because it kind of connects with the whole wrist theme.
Yeah,
So
all the boy stuff is wrist stuff.
What's going on there? I don't know how I got this thing. Probably at KB Toy Store, because KB Toys. My mom had a thing back in the day. If I had a good week at school, she'd let me get a weekly thing. You know, it used to be a monthly thing, then it turned into a weekly thing. Like,
she was doing well then.
Yeah, I was gonna say she got a promotion at work.
Well, it depends on how you look at it, because we would go to KB Toy Store or Toys R Us and go to the cheap aisle, basically, you know, where it's like $3 or less. So you could get an action figure, hypothetically, or a Kmart, or you could get something that was in the bottom of the barrel. No one wants this anymore. And in 1984, I believe it came out. Takara released this toy line of watches that were Transformers, and they were called Chronoform, the robot time machine. And if you think about it, not a time machine as in going back in time, more like a time machine. So a machine that told time. They were literally little watch heads on these wrists, on these bracelets, and you could take the head off and turn it into a robot. And I got one. I don't exactly remember how I got it. I just did. I didn't steal it, I'm pretty sure. No, I didn't do that. But the designs varied. Like, I found a commercial online, and I'll play that clip in the episode.
This is the world of Chronoform, the robot time machine that can transform. Chronoform transforms into a battle station. Chronoform transforms into a galactic shuttle, cosmic tank, a solar creature, a robot, and more. Chronoform. Chronoform. The robot time machine that can transform each time you tell time.
Chronoform, the robot time machine, each sold separately from Takara.
Everything from like a gun to a jet to a boombox transformer. I mean, the boombox transformer looks sick, but I had the basic one, the most basic one, that when you transform it, they said, oh, it turns into a bass, and it's literally the robot flipped upside down, and they're like, it's a bass.
Yeah, was it like with his legs sticking out or something?
Yeah, with his
like
legs sticking out.
Yeah.
It's
all
a
our
bass.
base belonged to Zach.
Yeah, it just reminded me of in Big when they had the transforming building, and he's like, well, what does it do? You know, what does it do? It's a robot. But I thought it was the coolest thing. I, like you, Diallo, maybe was undiagnosed back in the day, but I could not keep my attention on anything, especially at school. I was doodling all the time. How many of us doodled back in the day and just drew all these random things, right? We all did. I would have a little figure in my pocket, that I would open up my camouflage cargo pants and look in at, and he's like, he's there. Don't worry. I'll play with you later, Quick Kick. I love you. No, I love you. He's still there.
It's like it's like a Napoleon Dynamite when he has his tater tots in his
Yeah, totally. And that's relatable.
Napoleon, give me some of your tots.
Smash. But the wristwatch, it was just there. Like, you could look at it and go, I can transform you whenever I want when my teacher's not looking. And that's kind of what I did at recess time. I, like you, Ducky, like, I think we all, in some respects, were bullied, and I totally felt that. I remember wearing my suspenders, and I won't say what kids said to me, but I'm like, I thought they were cool, and then someone said something to me, and I never wore them again, and then it's like, I want to take that energy, and I want to squash it with every kid nowadays, and I want you just to be what you want to be, and just, like, love who you are, right? Because there's only one you.
I wasn't bullied. I was the big fat kid.
Yeah, you can go away.
So no one picked on me, but I did defend the kids that were getting picked on. So there's
there you go. Corey would have defended us all.
I wasn't really bullied either.
Oh, well, Diallo and Corey would have defended us all.
People liked me.
I wouldn't have defended you, Zach.
Work with me here. Okay. Anyways, robot. Does anyone?
Sounds like a skills issue.
It's definitely an issue.
Zach, your watch thing. I
Chronoform.
never had that, but sure. I remember that thing was like a staple of the used toy store that I would go to. There was like a million of them because and then the clocks, they don't work anymore. But you could still transform the watch, but
they're
without
junk.
The watch actually telling time, like 90% of its functionality was done. So I was like, anyways. I was like, what is this piece of crap?
I just wanted, so there was one that was a calculator called Caltor. Sure.
Clearly.
High Band Blaster, which was the blaster.
Blastor.
Yeah, Blastor. And, Autoceptor, Robot, the Machine. Like, it was very generic stuff. Ducky, do you remember any of these back in the day?
No.
Ducky's like,
Okay,
see
fair enough.
previous comments.
There's a very stark divider between the boys and the girls in this episode.
Right. There really was. Grace, in Toys R Us, did they have a boys' side and a girls' side?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
was
yeah,
it that divided?
Oh,
it was definitely, I mean, G.I. Joe and Star Wars, that's over there. And then we got the Gem and the Barbies over here. And
Right.
She-Ra and all that. It was, yeah. I mean, walking in, you could tell like all the pink stuff and then like all the manly guy stuff.
Yeah, it's like that at department stores.
Yeah, it's still like that at Walmart now because I check the toys aisle all the time. There's still the pink girl aisle there. I'm like, I don't need anything down there. I'm a man. I'm going to the boys' toys.
Though, I do remember wanting those Mork and Mindy suspenders, and I don't think I ever got them. But I think I could swear that my cousin got them. I think I think she had them, and I was like probably jealous, but.
Diallo, did you have the egg ship that came with the little Mork?
No, I didn't have any Mork and Mindy figures. Although I watched all the theme songs. I know all the different versions of the theme song over the years, but that's about it. They're not singable; they're tunes.
By the way, I'm turning 50 this year, and I'm doing a boat karaoke party for my birthday, and Miami Vice inspired. And there will be theme songs. There will be a contest. I'm just telling you right now, Diallo, get ready.
Can I sing the Mask theme song?
We'll see what we can do.
I love it.
We got to get Ducky to fly out here for my birthday. She's like, no, I'll do it for Comic-Con.
When's your birthday?
It's in June. It's June 11th,
June?
actually. So.
Okay. I mean, you paying for it? I don't know.
No, you know what? Our fans our Patreons. Actually,
we got a whole fund going right now.
If you want to support us, go to patreon.com/podcastingafterdark or patreon.com/$2 late fee to support us today and join in on the fun. And you can select topics for 80s Kids Unite, by the way, just like this. So I opened up the show earlier by saying esprit means cool in French. Spoiler, it doesn't. That's a line from the movie. But Grace, one of your accessories, which I think are really popular now, is a tote bag, right? Talk about your accessory, the tote bag.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, back when I was a wee youth, the Esprit tote bag was the ultimate status symbol for all the girls, right? If you did not have an Esprit tote bag, you were poor and not cool. So, and I was poor and uncool. So I never got a freaking Esprit tote bag. Those things were expensive. It's like my old world immigrant parents who are working two jobs. They're not, each. They're not gonna, have the frivolous money to spend on some expensive, tote bag that's just going to get dirty and gross in a couple months. So I never got one. But yeah, every cool girl had one, right? And I never freaking got one. But now I have 10. So
because Grace got the hookup, y'all. She got the hookup.
That's the one cool thing about being an adult, right? You can actually buy the things that you didn't have as a kid. Right. So I've got one here. I've got another one here.
Ooh, look at Grace is, for those listening, go to our YouTube and subscribe, by the way, and hit the like button. She's got her various bags. Wow.
So yeah, I've got a ton now because I was never able to have one as a kid. So
I now see talking about the divide and everything. I do remember Esprit, probably the commercials or whatever, but I do remember is that brand is no longer around, right? I assume.
Oh God! So they made a brief comeback 4 or 5 years ago. And they didn't last. They did have stores here in LA, and
wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't last a second time around. I think they might still have a website, but no actual stores, unfortunately.
As a brand, what were they known for? Were they jeans? You know what I mean? Did they start out as a jean company?
It was just clothing, really cool. I have a collection of Esprit knit sweaters, with cool, funky geometric prints and stuff.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, so it was clothing for both men and women and children. Funky, fun prints. Skirts, pants, accessories, just the whole gamut. So
Did they ever go into boys' clothes, or was it always for girls?
no, it was for men and women and kids as well.
Oh,
So,
cool.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Wow.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember seeing ads, and they were it was like the whole gamut. It
Whole
was like a
collection.
whole line of for everyone.
I want Esprit gear now too.
I don't think I pronounced that correctly when I was a kid, though. Esprit. I think I probably
E-spirit.
said Spirit. I was like, Spirit. Spirit.
It's like a character from He-Man. He's E-Spirit. He's a robot or something. Did you sport any of tote bags like that back in the day, Ducky?
No.
do you sport tote bags
This could
now?
be like a drinking game. How many times is Doug going to say no? No.
Was
no.
Esprit like your thing though? Were you into Esprit back in the day?
Other than seeing it in the magazines, not really.
Yeah.
we couldn't afford it, but
Yeah.
we pined for it.
Okay, because I remember like United Colors of Benetton, right? That was another big one too. I remember we would always just end up at the Gap, I think.
I was just wearing Oshkosh Bagosh.
Wow.
That's me. That was my fashion back then.
The coveralls?
And the suspenders, yeah. Well, then they had coveralls. Yeah, I had well, I forget what color. Mine were red. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I
like the red one.
I started wearing those.
Benetton, by the way, is back.
Benetton's back?
Yeah, there's one in the Glendale Mall and in the Sherman Oaks Mall.
Oh my!
There's actual stores. Yeah, and they had a Stranger Things collaboration, and I bought a sweater from them for that.
Wow. Okay, so as of this recording, it's already happened. But speaking of malls, Grace was about to go visit the mall in Pittsburgh where they filmed Dawn of the Dead because
the Monrovia Mall.
Monrovia, yeah, it's being torn down. Monroeville.
Oh yeah, sorry, Monroeville.
Don't worry, Corey didn't have. He wasn't bullied back in the day, so that's gonna be my go-to. No, she went to that mall. Speaking of malls, so hopefully on your Instagram and whatnot, Grace, you probably took pictures and you do such a great job of documenting your visits to these places. So I'm glad you were able to do that. As of this recording, she hasn't gone, but when y'all are watching and listening to this, she's already gone. So
the magic of podcasting.
It's amazing. Okay, so as we wrap up, I am accessorized with love from all y'all because you're just so special to me. Sincerely, I'm so glad we do this show. I know it came out, 3 or 4 years ago now, and out of just doing something different at a Comic-Con and wanting to kind of bring together people of the same, mindset. And it's kind of evolved into these really great episodes. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, all our listeners, obviously, too, and watchers. But you all are very special and unique. And I'm so glad that we got to do some stuff together in person. And I'm hoping we can do that later this year. There's links to Ducky's Instagram in the show notes, and Grace and Diallo and Corey and I, like our podcasts, all that good stuff. But what accessories did you guys, you listeners, you watchers, what did you have that we didn't talk about? Bring those up. Did you have stuff in your kangaroo shoes with the zipper in the pocket, which, by the way, I want those. That's on my wish list, everybody. The Roos from late 80s, early 90s, because they're wrestling ones, and Diallo knows what I'm talking about very well. But let us know in the comments, all that good stuff. And hey, everybody, thanks for being a part of the fun. And thank you, Corey, Diallo, Grace, Ducky. Thank you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
Be safe, be well, and do something nice for somebody, because guess what? If you do something nice for somebody, it comes back to you too. It's called karma. See you next time. Bye.
One to grow on.
Later.
One to grow on.
We spend millions of dollars a year keeping people in prison. Millions of dollars a year feeding and housing the homeless. But often less than $3,000 a year to send a child to school. Maybe if we spent more on education, we could spend a lot less on crime and poverty. The more you think about it, the more you know education is not only our greatest hope, it's our greatest bargain.
80s Kids Unite is brought to you by Hungry Hungry Hippos, the loudest tabletop game in history. And by Nickelback, Zach's favorite band. If you'd like to suggest topics for this show, go to the Patreon of either $2 Late Fee or Podcasting After Dark, or both. All links are in the show notes. We love you.